There's a lot said about the Avatar franchise. Of course, when the sequel was still months away, all the edgy types were claiming it to be over and saying it's been too long since the original, not that that hurt Top Gun at all, or it's such a dumb story. And, well, the original wasn't exactly Shakespeare, that's true. No intellectual subtext, overly obvious social commentary, and a really basic plot. And the sequel is much the same. But so what? I mean, Cameron holds to a basic truth that these critics seem to forget. Cinema is a visual medium. And I know that sounds like a cop-out, but understand this. When the Lumiere brothers invented cinema, it was with silent images of a train arriving at a station, or a baby being fed, or soldiers marching. Boring things that happened every day in France at the time. But the spectacle amazed people. And then the magicians like Méliès and the type, they brought costumes and props and camera trickery and special effects to short, simple stories. In France, where they have a pretty sophisticated literature, the dumb spectacle still amazed people. Cinema is about pushing the boundaries, which is what I'm trying to do with my project. I'll get back to that in a minute. But I get how difficult it is to forge a new path and do something new. Not everyone understands. And so here we are with James the Magician Cameron, again, bringing the spectacle, and then some. I mean, wow, this film is visually stunning, which you'd probably expect, fair enough. But what I love about these films being made so far apart, is it like 13 years or something, is that you can see the progress of CGI capability progressing over the years, as the sequel makes the original look like some kind of lo-fi cartoon. The level of 3D is about the same as the original, which is to say flawless, but I tend to find that after 5 to 10 minutes, you just sort of get used to it. The wow factor doesn't last beyond that. You get reminded every now and then, but honestly, sometimes it was only when I noticed the glasses on my face that I remembered I was watching a 3D film. And then I'd look for it on screen and I'd be like, oh yeah, look at that, magic eye poster, wonderful. But what else fades from consciousness alongside that is that you're watching an animated film or an animated character. You tend to escape the uncanny valley really quickly and just accept the reality of what you're watching. Honestly, this CG is frighteningly good. It's so real. So what about the story? Well, it's fine. More complex than the original, definitely, although I'd suggest it loses some impact for that. You can certainly tell that further sequels were planned and written and in production before this one was released. Because this is unlike the original, by the way. This is very different to the original. Because the original had a definite start-end resolve feel to it. Everything's finished. But this first sequel is full of world-building, Easter eggs, we'll resolve that later, relationship dramas. And while this chapter ends, it's all setting up future chapters, including the ending, so you don't get quite the same catharsis, the same feeling of completion that you got from the original. I don't know if that's important to you, but it felt like a bit was lacking to me. It's much of a muchness in the story in terms of Na'vi all innocent and good, humans all eco-terrorists and bad, humans bad, Na'vi good, fight, which you know is coming. But some interesting extra threads exist around family and Awa, and that helps. And it's long. I mean, the original's long, but this one really feels it more so than the first one. But it's okay, like, just go to the loo beforehand and don't order the bucket of liquid that they give you in the foyer, and just enjoy it. Will it do as well as the original? No, I don't think it will. You can only have one first time, and the novelty will be lessened from the first one, so the hype is way less. Should you go and watch this film? Absolutely. There are so few films this dedicated to pushing the limits and reaching into the spirit of the Lumières and the Méliès, the pure visual spectacle. Even in a world of MCU-drenched CG white noise, there's just something special here. And if you haven't seen Avatar in 3D on a big screen, you haven't seen it. So don't miss out. And if you want to support a revolutionary new sci-fi film franchise with the power to push cinema forward in a whole new way, just hit like and subscribe, because that's literally what I am making, and I need all the support I can get. Also, check out the website, Insta, Facebook, all linked in the comments. You could be part of a revolution that's talked about in 100 years. So why not join us? And with that, see you next time, and thanks for listening. Oh, and check out my Christmas jumper, isn't it wonderful? Have a good day, guys.